I've been asked quite a bit, which events out of the upcoming lineup do you really have the most confidence in, or what's one really, and to be honest with you, I don't really, I really hate to pick a favorite like that. I mean, obviously there's all but, I've been on all of them really, but if I had to pick a favorite, it's probably going to be the upcoming event like there on Harris Chain. I finished second there last time I had it. We fished the top 150 there. I was second. Skeet Reese won it. That was his first win. And that was a tournament I had won as well. And matter of fact, lost it. Was lifting a fish into the boat on a rattle trap that fell off and would have won the tournament. I mean, it was one of those deals that was that close. And that's an event I want to get back to and fish. I like doing that. Harris Chain there. It's unique from Florida lakes. Most Florida lakes are just everybody thinks of Okeechobee or Toho. Harris Chain is really not like that. It doesn't have near the vegetation, so it's a different deal. But you know, I really think maybe instead of picking one event, my strongest suit is going to be this year is having fished the FLW the last however many years they've been in existence. We fished a lot of bad places. And when I mean bad places, meaning tough, where there's not a lot of fish caught. So, and even when I first started fishing the Redmans before it was BFLs in Kentucky there, we fished a lot of bad places. And so for me to go out and fish an event where during practice I only get 2 or 3 bites, I think that's probably going to help me in the perspective that it's not going to scare me as much as somebody who's been fishing where you got to catch 30 pounds a day to do well. Catching 3-pounders doesn't mean anything. You got to catch 4s and 5s and 6s. So I feel like that's probably going to be my strongest suit, is to not get worried about going to a place, because Bass's schedule this year is probably the weakest one it's had in a long time as far as big stringers. You know, there's going to be a few good events for the most part. The weights are not going to be near what they have been. So I think that's probably going to be what's going to help me out the most, is kind of having been to events where it's not a carrying contest. It's about who can just be consistent in catching those, just how to catch bass over and over. And that's something I've made a career out of doing. Z-Man, the science and art of fishing.